We are a global company and a global economy in a business that really can make the world a better place. We aspire to be the best and best integrated aerospace company in the world.
The Boeing Company's pride, commitment, quality, and its craftsmanship.
Boeing people every day are shaping the science of aerospace through customer-inspired innovation.
The people are amazing. The intellectual capital that we have is astounding.
Having people from different cultures, different backgrounds, they all contribute to a better product.
Enterprising spirit, precision performance, and defining the future rather than reacting.
There are no limits to what the people of Boeing can achieve when we work together as one team for a common goal.
We have a very special relationship with the men and women who serve in the U.S. and Allied forces all around the world.
This company, I think, we're really driven to continuously improve products and processes.
Our job is to provide them with products and services they need to do their job safely and effectively.
We're giving our troops the technology that they need and the capabilities that they need.
We're serving where everything freedom is really a big deal for us.
Many of our products, usually designed to protect and defend, are used in humanitarian efforts in places of need.
Air shows, showing off all the products. I'm proud to see our planes flying out with high quality.
We believe that people want to fly direct, non-stop, point to point on the most fuel-efficient family aircraft in the world.
This is the place where dreams are made.
I know what the problem what we want to make by what we do. It's majestic to see it climbing up in the sky, flying away, and part of that.
Technology and innovation we're really flying.
The others dream, we do. We will adapt and grow our markets, responding to our customer needs with innovation and research.
We know why we're here.
Connect
And protect. To reshape and redefine. To design. To build. And to live. To dare.
To imagine and to dream.
That's why we're here.
So, my name is Mike Zimpieri. I'm the chief engineer for the IT infrastructure organization with Boeing. I graduated from MIT in 2004 from the Leaders for Global Operations program. And I want to talk a little bit about Boeing. I know you're all anxious to get into the composition, so I won't say too much. So I was in an auditorium with a couple hundred employees when Mr. McNerney first unveiled that video. And there were literally employees crying in the audience at the end of it. That's because Boeing employees take a great deal of pride in the products and services that we provide. And so I'm based in Southern California, and one of the great things about being in Southern California, just, besides the weather, is I get to play soccer with a bunch of engineers over lunch who have been with the company since probably before I was born. And you talk to some of these engineers, you talk to engineers who were part of the space shuttle, who were part of the space station, who designed C-17, and there's just tremendous legacy to our technologies. But when we come to places like MIT, that legacy sometimes works against us. And when we talk to MIT students, they see Boeing and they think of a big stuffy corporation. You know, it's like, okay, you work in Boeing IT, what do you do? Desktop support and probably manage a couple of data centers. And we actually do a lot of really cool stuff. And you know, one of the reasons why we're here and why this is our second year supporting Maslab is we just love to have the opportunity to engage with students. I love to come back to campus. It's always fun to come back to campus and just walk around and remember what it was like to live in Boston for a couple of years. But you know, we're really interested in the work that you do, and we're really interested in filling our pipeline with truly talented engineers. And you know, just to give you an example of some of the things that we're trying to do today, when most people think about Boeing, they wouldn't necessarily expect. So one of the projects that I'm working right now is we're trying to figure out how to bring cloud technologies into our infrastructure. I mean, Boeing has been around for a while. Our data centers are getting old. Our technologies are behind the curve. So how do we introduce some of the disruptive technologies like cloud into our infrastructure? You know, one of the other projects we're working is bringing mobile devices into our factories. You know, what if we could give our quality engineers a tablet device or a smartphone device, and they're able to troubleshoot some of the quality problems on the floor instantaneously? Or if you look at the 787 aircraft, you know, our maintenance contracts for our aircraft is part of the life cycle for an aircraft. You know, what if a maintenance worker who's walking up to an aircraft could plug in a smart device and run diagnostics on the aircraft? Or a pilot can get into the cockpit, and rather than having to work through a stack of paperwork to do their pre-flight checklists, they're able to do it from a smart device. So these are the types of challenges we're trying to solve, and we'd love to have, you know, MIT students come and help us solve it. So if you're interested in learning more about Boeing, feel free to hit me up on LinkedIn. You can find my information on the Infinite Connection, and you know, I'll be back in September to interview students, and I hope to see some of you then. So thank you all very much.
I'd like to thank Boeing very, very much for doing this for us. As I said before, without Boeing, we might not have a competition, so I hope you'll be sponsoring us in the future. So now I'd like to welcome Oracle, if she would like to come up, and first we'll play the video.
college recruiting at Oracle, and I brought with me Tim, who started his own company after MIT, and now is fully integrated with Oracle. I want to keep this as brief as possible, but I wanted to let you know I'm going to be here all night. You can come talk to me about our recruiting process, how to apply for internships. We've just started accepting resumes for internships and full-time opportunities. It's a really easy process. We are taking applications from hardware and software engineers. We just recently acquired Sun Microsystem a couple years ago, so we have a huge need for hardware engineers as well. As the video said, we want innovators, and Maslab is definitely where we can find you guys. We have locations in California, Boston, New York, Texas, Georgia, the list goes on. So come and see me. I have the email for the MIT recruiter, and I can just discuss with you a little bit about our placement process and the internships and full-time opportunities. And I'll let Tim talk a little bit about what he does.
Sure. So I work on the Oracle Linux group, actually on the case splice technology that lets you update computers without rebooting. And one of the things about Oracle is that there's a lot of sort of different cultures across the company. So in the Linux group, we've got very much the type of thing that MIT students really like to hang out in. We've got our senior vice president is a Linux nerd who doesn't own a suit. So sort of not what you'd expect from necessarily the view of a big, very successful software company. So anyway, that's enough about what I do. I'm actually really excited to be here. So I took Maslab back in 2004 and was one of the main people on the staff for the 4 years after that. So I'm really excited to see what they've got this year.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much to Oracle as well. Without sponsors such as Oracle, we would not be able to have Maslab, as I said. And I hope Oracle as well will continue to sponsor us.